Hey everyone, welcome to Kernels, where we discuss short films. Today's short film is Rebooted, 2020, directed and written by Michael Shanks.
Yeah, and this was I was watching this with Steven in the morning, my little brother, and he was like, "This looks pretty good." He actually looked away from his phone, and so that's when you know it's like, oh,
That's when you know it's good. Like, all right, you can put the phone down. No, I thoroughly enjoyed this.
yeah.
Like,
I don't know. Have you ever seen Jason and the Agronauts? I think, or what is it called?
Jason.
Like where like the whole like stop motion, like the dude fights the skeletons, like that's from like a movie from like a
Ah,
long time ago.
that's what I was thinking about. I was like, where? So I was watching it, and that's what came to my mind was like, where did I see skeletons fighting like a kid or somebody, like a
Yeah.
scene? And my mind went to Spy Kids because there's a moment in
Maybe.
Spy Kids where they have like a battle. But I knew there was something older. I just couldn't remember. But I think what you mentioned is the one.
Yeah, because I think they use like stop motion, and the dude had to like I don't know if they had the dude like do his whole fight scene, and then they choreographed the skeletons around him, which would have been kind of interesting. Where it's like, all right,
Yeah.
you're just gonna pretend you're doing something, and then we're gonna put stuff around you.
They start jabbing away and we'll just figure it out later.
Yeah, we'll put the skeletons at the right spot. You'll always get the
You're going to win, whatever you do.
But this was
But
real fun because it
yeah,
followed the skeleton, and then he kind of like did you get the sense that he wanted to
he
like do more like roles in a
modern.
movie?
Yeah. He wanted an acting role. And it was just like, no, you're a skeleton. Like, this is all you can do is roar. But I like that they started off by showing where he came from, or where the main character came from, and gave that not back gave backstory without there was no dialogue. So it was like kind of cool
Mm,
that we were still able to understand the entire story and the emotions that this character was going through without many words, if any words, being said.
yeah. And I like that they started off showing like, and I'm assuming you're saying the same thing, where it's
Hmm.
like this is what stop motion looks like. Like you're like
Yeah,
literally moving the guy a little bit, and then you're taking a photo, and then moving it a little bit more and taking a photo. So I think I enjoyed that the most, where it's like you saw a little
yeah,
tidbit of it, then it went into a time lapse of the person, and then it transitions to like this skeleton is still alive and stuff, and he wants to kind
yeah.
of like act more in other things. Yeah, it was fun.
I, I felt bad for him. I felt bad for the character because it seemed like you were saying, he wanted more, but nobody was looking at him like that. And I honestly thought that that daydream that he had when he went in and put gasoline on everything and then lit it on fire, I was like, oh, he went down, he went and did it. And then yeah, cut back to him just sitting in a bar with a bucket beneath him, drinking alcohol.
I wrote down, I was like, I wonder if that's like how everyone who is in a movie that is now being rebooted, like, is that like how they kind of react to it? It's like, oh
Gotta
no, you
be.
can't do it. I gave it my all for that one.
But they have to have like they have to have some sort of emotion, especially if they're still like currently acting. Because I'm thinking Mean Girls. Mean Girls came out when we were like kids ish, teenage,
Mm-hmm.
tweens, whatever you want to call it, and they've already rebooted it. And most of the actors and actresses are in their mid to late 30s, maybe early 40s, if that. And they're still acting. They're
Right?
still getting big roles. So to see a movie you were in and made popular already being rebooted, you have to feel like, damn, how old am I?
I know. Am I being shooed off to the side? And it's like, all
Mm-hmm.
right, we just gotta reimagine this story with the younger people and just put you
Younger
out to
crowd.
pasture.
I'm surprised they haven't rebooted Well, they did a TV show, but I'm surprised they haven't rebooted the High School Musical movies.
Oh, true, right? Like,
Yeah,
yeah, there's a lot of things that like I wonder are on people's plates of like, all right, we're gonna reboot this soon. Like, we're just
yeah,
waiting for that right moment. And I granted, like if we're like understanding the short film correctly with rebooted, that with Jason and the Argonauts, I'm guessing that's the correct film. That was years ago, so it's like I guess it's not
yeah.
that bad to kind of like bring those to the modern times. I guess this is sort of like a good understanding of like bringing those stop motion characters back to the modern time where you can kind of
Hmm.
CGI it. You can bring some other like this was fun and everything, and I think it was like in partnership with YouTube, so like it seemed like it was made exactly like specifically for YouTube also, and so it was pretty interesting just to see that this is like a full fledged short film
Yeah.
specifically for YouTube.
The production value was crazy. The CGI was great. The
Yeah,
little bit of stop motion they did have was nice. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this. Like, I have no dislikes with this.
I know. Yeah, you can't really find any dislikes because you're like, all right, if they would have added some like some voice to the skeleton, I would have probably been like, no. Like I think you
Hmm.
need sort of like the way he kind of reacts and his eyes kind of move and everything and um especially when the skeleton was gonna scare like was trying to like show the kid like hey that's me and then it scares the kid and everything and then he reacts so like it's almost like the like you get like that I get that Chappie feeling where it's like you have some emotion from the robot, but Chappie does talk, and so this one you just get all the emotion from the face, and I enjoyed it.
Which worked out perfectly. Yeah.
Hmm. Now, who are
We
you
were
recommending this
talking
to?
about reboots. I agree that there should be a certain span of time, but 10 years is too close.
Mm,
Even 20 is kind of cutting it close. Like, I think it needs 30 to 40 years before they reboot. Like, with all the live action Disney films, those were from before we were kids. Like,
hmm
we saw them as kids because they had like remastered them, but those are from what, the 50s, 60s, something like that. And then they re-released them when we were kids in the 90s. So I like that now they're like making them more modern and making them live action. Some people hate it. I'm cool with the fact that it's like, hey, we want to bring your kids into this Disney world and give them
I'm
these films.
cool with them rebooting it, but I would have liked that they kept it in animation form. Like
Mm.
you see like how well the animation improves from like Toy Story 1 till the
Oh
most
yeah.
recent Toy Story, like it's like astronomical. So it would have been nice if they would have kept it live act or CGI and
Hmm.
animation. The live action, I think no matter what, you're gonna get that like fall off the cliff moment where it's like now I got to reboot it again. Where animation can kind of hold up a little bit better long term than a real. That's my thought and everything. It would be
No, that's
nice,
true.
but
Yeah. I'm just thinking of like just the technology we have. I think they just wanted to utilize it is how I'm thinking. Like they just wanted to utilize what we have as the
hmm
most modern take on it.
hmm
That's why I don't mind. I wouldn't mind if they would have done it in animation, but I'm cool with the live action too
I don't
because it's the exact same film,
know.
and
Basically,
people are
just.
still mad at the exact same film. Um,
But who, in terms of like watching Rebooted, this short film, who would you recommend this to? Who would you say like, hey, you got to watch this short film? It's on YouTube. I'm gonna send you the link.
oh, everybody. Yeah,
Hmm
this was. We do say this about a lot of the shorts we watch, but this was short, sweet, and fun. Um, it's one like you said, like Steven was watching it and he was like, "Oh, I'm interested in this. I'm gonna put my phone down." I can see a lot of people our age or younger seeing the main character and being like, "What's going on in this?" And then being fully invested because they're like, "Oh, this character's emotional. Let me why is this character emotional, and being
Yeah.
fully into it. So yeah, I think anybody would truly enjoy this.
I agree, because you end up feeling for the skeleton. You're like, oh man, he just
Yeah,
wants a role. He wants his movie, or even his creator watching the movie with him and everything. He points
yeah.
the photo towards the TV and everything. So things like that kind of put a human aspect to it and everything. I'm actually gonna send this to my mom. My mom actually told me today that she's going on a long flight, so I know this is like what 12 minutes, so it's not gonna last
12,
very
13
long,
minutes.
but she
Yeah,
can download it and stuff and watch it while she's taking off and stuff. So I think she'll
yeah.
enjoy it. I'm gonna send it to the rest of my family and everybody that we kind of have around us too. Um, but yeah, I think we both really enjoyed this and we recommend it to
Hmm.
anybody. We're gonna add the link to the short film Rebooted to the bottom of our description or in the middle. And please let us know if you've seen this short film Rebooted on YouTube in the comments, if you liked it, disliked it, or what you thought. And please like and subscribe to Saturday Night Popcorn on YouTube for more kernels like these.